Hello there all. Welcome to a beautiful chapter called as Plant Reproduction, a journey into how plants reproduce. So what will we learn today in this chapter? We will learn what is reproduction, what is plant reproduction and its types, what is asexual and sexual reproduction, what is pollination and self-pollination, and what is seed dispersal. Okay, let's dive in, shall we? I'm Ananya, your teacher for today's chapter. Want to know more about me? You can just refer to the slide. Okay, let's dive in, shall we? What is reproduction in plants? So plant reproduction is how plants create new plants. So it is ensuring the continuation of their species continues, right? So there are two types of reproduction that we can look into when it comes to plants. There's sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Okay. What is asexual reproduction? Asexual reproduction in plants is when new plants grow from a single plant. So it does not need seeds or it does not need joining of male and female cells. It just happens to happen from a single parent. So this means a new plant is a genetic copy or a clone of the parent. So plants can do this in several ways, like growing new plants from their roots, stems or leaves. For example, we can take a potato which has sprouts in it, which is called as eyes. We can take a strawberry plant, we can send the runners that grow into a new strawberry plant. This method allows plants to reproduce quickly and easily, especially in favorable conditions. So what is sprouting potato? This is a small experiment that we will do to understand asexual reproduction properly. What you will need? A sweet potato or a potato, a toothpick, a jar or a glass of water. So insert toothpick on the sides of a potato about like halfway out. So suspend the sweet potato into the jar of water with the bottom half submerged and the other half outside the water. Place the jar in a sunny spot. Observe what happens over the next few weeks. You will see roots and shoots sprouting. This demonstrates vegetative propagation, a form of asexual reproduction. I hope this experiment opens your mind into knowing about sprouting potato. Now let's go into pollination. What's pollination? Pollination is an essential process where pollen plants, which contains the male reproductive cells of a plant, is transferred to another which has the stigma, which is the female reproductive part. This transfers allow for fertilization, which leads to production of seeds. Pollination can happen in a couple of ways, either through self-pollination, where pollen moves within the same flower, or cross-pollination, where pollen is carried between different flowers by agents like wind, insects or animals. Essentially, it's how flowering plants reproduce and create the next generation. So what are the types of pollination we can look at? Self-pollination, cross-pollination. Self-pollination is where plants' pollen, which contains the male reproductive cell, travels to another anther, which is to the sigma of the either same flower or another flower of the same plant. Then there's something called as cross-pollination, where pollen is like plant sperm. It's moved from one flower of one plant to the flower of a different plant of the same type. This transfer allows the plants to mix their genetic material, creating new and a variety of other offsprings. Things like bees or other insects, wind and even birds help move pollens between flowers. So what is sexual reproduction? In plants, sexual reproduction involves the joining of male and female reproductive cells called gametes to create a new plant. So flowers are the key players in sexual reproduction. Male part of the flower, that's called as a stamen, produces pollen grains that contains male gametes. Then there's a female part which is called as a pistil, which contains ovules, which hold the female gametes. So pollination happens when pollen is transferred from the stamen to the pistil, often with the help of insects of wind, just like we looked into cross-pollination. Then fertilization occurs when the male gamete fuses with the female gamete, leading to the development of a seed which can grow into a new plant. So what is a bean sprouting race? Okay, you will need bean seeds, paper towel, plastic bags and water. First you dampen the paper towel and paper towels or paper tissues. Place a few bean seeds on each. Fold the paper tissue and place them in a plastic bag. Seal the bag and place them in a warm sunny spot. Observe which seeds sprout first and how roots and shoots develop. This demonstrates a germination of seeds, which is a beginning process of sexual reproduction. Next, we have something called as plant fertilization. In plants, fertilization is like when male and female cell join together to make a baby plant. So, first, pollen, which holds the male cells, lands on the flower stigma, then a tube down the ovary where the female cells are. The male then travels down the tube, joins with the female cell, and then it combines together, forming a zygote. This zygote grows into an embryo inside the seed, which can later grow into a whole new plant. Okay. What is seed dispersal? Seed dispersal is a process by which seeds are moved away from the parent plant. This is important because it prevents overcrowding, which reduces competition for resources like sunlight, water, nutrients. Seeds can be dispersed in various ways, including wind, water, animals, even through explosive mechanisms. For example, dandelion, they use wind. Coconut uses water, and birds stick to animal fur. This scattering of seeds allow plants to colonize new areas and ensure the continuation of plant life. Please refer to the blog given below in the description, which will help you make your own notes. Before I leave you guys, I'll give you guys three questions regarding the chapter we've covered today, and one who answers that in the comment box will be given goodies from Paathshala. So let's go. Questions are: if plant could communicate with you, how do you think they would negotiate pollination? What animals and what kind of contracts might they form? Imagine a world where plant could choose their method of reproduction. How might different environments influence their choice between sexual and asexual reproduction? And what would long-term effects be on plant diversity? One more question is, what do you think that you can do one experiment regarding asexual reproduction? Please let me know about it in the comment box. Thank you all for coming on this beautiful journey of plant reproduction. I hope looking at this chapter, you are clear in the head about how plants bring out new plants. Wanna learn more? Wanna explore more? Wanna get back? Just follow Paathshala.